Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. You can do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman for some fantastic beard products that'll make your beard look and smell great. You can also go to TCG Player using the affiliate link below and shop there to help support the show. And last but absolutely not least, go to greyvikinggames.com with the link below to get those sweet arena codes. What is up, Planeswalkers? There's back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're playing some good old-fashioned historic traditional. This is a deck given to me by Query during one of my streams. If you'd like to give me decks that you want to see me play, you can do that either during stream or you can drop me an @ over on my Discord server in the Ravnica channel. So this is a Yorion Doom Foretold deck, and now why exactly are we playing this now? Well, it's because we have this cool thing called Rite of Oblivion, which allows us to sack things and exile things. And it has flashback, dude. It has flashback. So it's absolutely fantastic. We also have a couple nice cards in our sideboard, so let's just talk about it. Obviously, we're playing with Yorion as a companion. It also allows us to, like, add a bunch more of this nonsense into the deck. For Thraben Inspectors, enters the battlefield, can be a really early chump blocker, also just gives us a nice clue that we can either sacrifice to, like, Rite of Oblivion, or that we can sack and draw a card. 3, Fateful Absence. Sometimes you just gotta yeet something, and for what it's worth, you can destroy one of your own creatures, say a Thraben Inspector, for example, if you really need, like, 4 mana, draw a card. Right? Like, it is something that you can do if you have to. 3, Infernal Grasp. You destroy a creature, you lose 2 life. Whoop-de-doo. Very, very strong, powerful removal spell here. For Rite of Oblivion, one of the big reasons that Query said is why he made the deck, it just is great. Now, of course, sacking a permanent, you don't love. It's also sorcery speed, so there are some limitations there. But when you're playing a Doom Foretold deck, right, you're playing cards that you don't care about sacking anyway, right? You don't care if you sack the Inspector or the Clue. These things, functionally, they only matter when they enter the battlefield. What's great is that you have another way of sacking Treacherous Blessing. One of the potential issues that you've had in previous iterations is you kind of had to wait until you got a Doom Foretold in order to get rid of Treacherous Blessing, but now you don't have to. And the fact that this has flashback is just even better. You know, it's a card that if your opponent is playing non-targeted discard, you can discard this and still have access to it. You essentially only lose half a card. Very strong card. Hopefully you'll see that during the course of these games. 4 golden eggs, 4 guild globes, 4 spare supplies. All of these things just cost 2 mana. They enter the battlefield, draw a card. This one, you can draw an additional card. This one, you can fix your mana. You're never going to need to do that, really. And then this one, you can gain life. Guild Globe, for the reason that you never need the secondary effect, is going to be the main thing that you look to sack first. Followed probably by Golden Egg in a control matchup. And then spare supplies in a aggro matchup. Typically, you'll want the life more than you'll want the card. 4, Treacherous Blessing. You draw 3 cards. Oh no! When you cast a spell, you lose a thing. Doesn't matter. Sack this. It's great. It's fantastic. You can sack it with Rite of Oblivion, or you can sack it with Doom Foretold. It's really good stuff. 3, Kaya Orzhov Usurper. Pretty good, actually. Right now, there are a lot of decks that care about having stuff in the graveyard. But even further than that, there are a decent number of decks that are just playing, like, very powerful 1-mana creatures. You know, Delver, DRC. Apparently, her name is Darcy. You can even just pop Llanowar Elves, right? There's a bunch of different things that you can do with Kaya. That's just pretty decent in the metagame right now. 3, Oath of Kaya. It drains something. You lightning helix something. Whenever your opponents are attacking a planeswalker you control, you get some extra value there. Pretty cool. 6 total Wrath effects, 3 Day of Judgment and 3 Wrath of God. Very helpful. I mean, we're playing an 80-card deck. We want to be able to make sure that we can control the board, and having this suite of board wipes is quite nice. 4, Doom Foretold, the namesake of the deck. This just annoys the crap out of your opponent. We have cards that we do not care about sacking. Our opponents tend not to after a certain point. 4, Solemn Simulacrums. Hey, look, it's another card we don't care about sacrificing. What's great about this card, obviously, is it ramps us into being able to do multi-card plays. Obviously, you can see that we cap out at 4 mana, but we want to be able to do multiple spells in a turn type things because it allows us to do dumb trick stuff. And then, of course, when it dies, we can go ahead and draw a card. We got 2 Castle Ardenvales as a way to make a couple of blockers. You can also use these to sack with Rite of Oblivion because it doesn't specify non-land. We have snow mana so that we can have access to Faceless Haven. Not a ton of snow mana, but Faceless Haven is kind of just like, ooh, it's an extra thing, really. Castle Locthwain, we got to draw some cards sometimes, and then the rest is pretty normal. Although, I had issues with the Shadow Snarl, so I'm actually going to swap that out for... There we go. For the Pathways. I did have a little bit of trouble with the Snarls at some point. I hate everything. There we go. Now, to the sideboard. We have 3 Thoughtseize, very helpful in control matchups as well as mid-range matchups. Sunset Revelry, essentially, if we're playing against aggro, this card is pretty decent. 2 Moment of Craving, another card against aggro. Weathered Runestone can help against the Collected Company decks that are running around, helps us against the graveyard decks that are running around. And then 4 Elite Spellbinders. These really are just like, whenever we need it. Whenever we think, you know, this is not exactly going well, we're going to go ahead and try and deal with that. Query Doom. I don't like the burning wolf effigy, man. Makes me sad for my werewolf kin. Euronymous? I don't know if that means something. Bad hand. Bad opening hand. It's an okay hand. They've taken 2 mulligans. Interesting. I'll keep this. Get rid of one of the Fateful Absences. We're playing Luris, so I'm really unsure what our opponent's actually playing, but we'll probably figure it out. Really? Okay. Okay, it's Grixis. Roxa, okay. I'll use the Day of Judgment, I guess. Yeah, I'll use the Day of Judgment. Cool. Go ahead and play spare supplies here. Nice, awesome. So now we have access to, you know, kill a thing. Next time we might even just put Yorion into our hand. Not entirely sure though, because our opponent likely has some targeted discard. By now, my opponent, if they, I mean, they're in whatever this is. Expressive Iteration. I'm just very confused. A Luris deck, a Grixis Luris deck, Expressive Iteration. So I have to assume that there's like Delver. I have to assume that this is like a Delver Darcy type deck. Okay, the Inquisition me. They probably take the Absence. They might take Right, but yeah, they decided to take Right. Oh, hell yeah, dude. We'll just go ahead and play this, draw some cards. I can even just Rite of Oblivion, sack it next turn. Oh, baby. Yeah, this is all coming to Millhouse. By Millhouse, I mean me, of course. Play Inquisition. Consider... Yeah, this has to be like a Delver Darcy deck. Another iteration? Sure. I guess they're just looking for actual action now? They play it untapped. Okay. You have another, okay, they have Thoughtseize. They probably will get rid of Doom Foretold here. That's my best guess. Yep. So here... I can just put Yorion into my hand. I'll just put Yorion into my hand. If they have a discard, they have a discard. At the bare minimum, spare supplies can grab another thing. Oh wow, look, it's Darcy. Who would have thought? What are they missing? They have instant sorcery creatures, so they need like one more thing. Pop a Luris into hand. Ooh. I do like a Kaya here. I think what I'm going to do is use this Rite of Oblivion, targeting Darcy, sacking the Blessing, then play Kaya and exile both of the only... Oh, wait, I forgot this exiles. Yeah, get fucked. Go ahead and do this. We'll get rid of the Kroxa, and let's also get rid of the Thoughtseize.
You're not welcome here anymore.
Cool. That went pretty well. In a couple of turns, we have an active Faceless Haven. We have Fateful Absence, as well as just doubled Rite of Oblivions that we can use to take care of their Loris. We're in a good spot, essentially, is what I'm saying. We're in a good spot. Yep, Loris, don't care. Let's do Haven. Minimize the amount of information they have. I guess I'm just going to try and kill this. Cool. Yum and delicious.
Pack your bags.
I'll play a golden egg. Well, I'm going to draw another card. Also ups my Yorion value. Oh my gosh. Ups my Yorion value even more. I can also just dome my opponent for 5. Yeah, next turn probably is just going to be a good old-fashioned Yorion. Draw 3 cards, have a 4/5 in play. Seems good to me. Interesting. They shock themselves. 7 mana. Ah.
You better watch your back from here on out.
That's fine. Because I get to draw more cards. I mean, you just love to see it. You know, you love to see... Okay, I was about to say, am I only going to get lands? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You love to see just beating, like, the new kid on the block, right? What do you have, opponent? You got 3 cards in hand. A lot of lands, I mean... I would say that they are getting, like, mana flooded, but, like, they've seen a lot of the cards. So, I mean, that's just incredibly rude. I don't need a second Locthwain. I want to have the potential of activating 2 Faceless Havens. I mean, I just dome my opponent for 4/7 this turn. Seems reasonable. I guess I could activate Faceless Haven to dome them for more. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really matter to me. I could sack it for life. I do not need to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna activate Faceless Haven here. Dome them for 8. And I'll dome them for an additional 1. Just keep their life on edge. I assume we'll see a concession here. Yep. Is Weathered Runestone worth it? I don't know if it is. I don't think it is, to be honest. Moment of Craving, probably worth it. Spellbinder? I don't think Spellbinder's worth it. I don't think Sunset Revelry is what I'm looking for either. So let's see. What is the weakest card in the deck right now? That is a good question, Justin. Get rid of a single Day of Judgment. I'll get rid of a single golden egg. Why would I get rid of golden egg? Gilded Globe is worse. Sure, let's see how this goes. Steady as you go. Rite of Oblivion art. Not big enough for me to use as thumbnail. Very sad. They took a mulligan again. I think this is fine. I think my opponent maybe should reevaluate their deck construction if they had to double mulligan twice in a row. No, they're gonna play that. That's fine. So I think we play Locthwain because we don't have a swamp coming up. Then we go plains into Chapel. Looting. All right. This becomes a 3-3 or 4-4. But it becomes a 3-3, so I can still Oath of Kaya kill it. Unholy Heat. Yeah, that doesn't seem necessary. And they shot. Why? Why are you hurting yourself? This might be a Spell Pierce or something? There's no way my opponent is also playing Death Shadow, right? Because that would just be strange. They probably get rid of Oath of Kaya here. Because Oath of Kaya can take out their Channeler? Yeah. Makes the most sense. Okay, I have to assume. I just have to assume that my opponent is playing Death Shadow. Even though I'm most likely going to be playing Day of Judgment, just having this out is good, I think. Also, based on the speed at which like the turn passed, the priority was passed. Wow. Okay. Do they have 2 Thoughtseizes in hand? Because that would be nuts. Interesting. I should have sacked this. I can take 3 one more time. Doom Foretold. I'll just cast the Doom Foretold. If it gets countered, I don't think I'm... Alright, yeah, didn't get countered. Cool. They have to sack the Channeler. The Channeler Bing. They didn't put Lurrus into their hands. I'm fine with that. My opponent's at 5. Oh wow, Death Shadow. It's a real good thing I have a Fateful Absence. Bye-bye. You're at 4 now. Have fun. I have another Fateful Absence and a Day of Judgment. I'm not worried at all. So yeah, it looks like my opponent's just playing a lot of one-drop creatures. Oh no. Let's hit up the spare supplies real quick. There we go. Let's have another white man. I don't really care. Yeah, let's just go ahead and shoot this. But Theorix, they can draw cards. It will use up the majority of their mana. I have a 1-power creature that I'm just hitting them in the face with. We take those. Yeah, I mean, really, and this kind of shows the power of Fateful Absence, right? Like, when your opponent is an aggro deck, they tend to have a lower amount of lands, and so it's very difficult for them to really make good use out of their the clues that you're giving them. Inquisition. Oh no, my golden egg. Oh, I thought I did that at the end of the turn. I feel stupid. do that. I'll do this because I'm greedy. Yay, never punished. Might as well get this onto the field. Let's draw some more cards. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's just how it's so good when you can play a control deck that doesn't have blue in it. Ignore the right half of Yorion. I do not see how you have anything that could help you at 1 mana. Cool. And we ranked up. I still don't understand why Diamond is ahead of Platinum. I'm pretty sure Platinum is, like, per ounce more expensive than Diamond. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Now, head to the second game. Let's see if we get matched up against any sort of control. Before mid came out, a lot of Jeskai control running around. You know, a lot of the Magma Opus style control decks. As soon as mid came out, I stopped seeing them completely. So we'll see if we actually get matched up with a control deck, or if it'll just be more kind of the same. Going second again, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Opponent taking a while. Interesting. How are you all finding Midnight Hunt? It's only, like, the weird thing, right, is Midnight Hunt has only been out for what, like a week? I think it's been like a week at this point. But in that week, it feels like it's been around so much longer. So I'm very curious how you're finding it. And one of the reasons it might feel, man, this is greed. Put on another Lurrus deck. This is greed. This is greed. I'm gonna keep it because I like greed. Gotta pop a Theurg's greed in on the screen. One of the reasons that I might feel like, oh, okay. Also, never punished. One of the reasons I might feel that way is I'm a content creator, so I have to open a bunch of packs. I have to, even if I'm not actively brewing decks, I have to think about the decks that I might be brewing. Dude, mad shout out to Rite of Oblivion, just not giving a fuck about this card. We'll do this, and then we'll do one of these. Yeah, the reason I put Golden Egg out first instead of Spare Supplies is because I plan on exiling this. Because, I mean, this is very annoying to have to deal with. But yeah, one of those, that might be a reason, love you, that I feel like it's been so much longer with... Okay. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, it was just a suggestion. I was about to be upset. But yeah, it might not be the case for other things. So we're just going to do this. Yeah, I don't want to take 6 damage next turn. So we're gonna target this. Doesn't really matter what we target. We'll sack this. Next turn I probably just play Solemn. Yeah, next turn I probably just play Solemn. Ramps me up a little bit. Allows me to block, even if it's a chump. Fine with them just putting Lurrus in their hands. Mad respect to the Hallowed Fountains, I guess. Cool. I will Faceless Haven, because I'll be getting a Snow-Covered Swamp with my Simulacrum, which means we're relatively close to being able to activate Haven. Snow-Covered Swamp. I have a nice blocker here. Next turn, I have access to 6 mana. So I could even just play the Spare Supplies and sack it. Shram, okay. We are going to be seeing some nonsense, it seems. This doesn't give flying, right? Nope. I will very obviously block. Yeah, I'd love to use the Treacherous Blessing as a sack, but unless I draw a Rite of Oblivion here, I'm not going to be able to. I did get a Kaya, but unfortunately, that does not help me. We'll go with white mana. Okay, they did pay 4 leg. I was like, why are they still at 20? Forgot this gave lifelink. Okay, so. I think... Actually, I can't, darn. I was gonna Oath of Kaya the Shram. But no, I think what I want to do here is exile this, and then Wrath of God the following turn, because I assume they might play Luris. Yeah, I think that's the correct decision. Alternatively, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough there. I was considering playing the Thraben Inspector and sacking the Clue. 1, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. It just gives me like a blocker as well. I will target you. We'll sack the Clue. Rite of Oblivion. I was not kidding. That Rite of Oblivion is just so good, especially in a deck where you do not care about sacking your things. I mean, you could put it into like a Mardu Sacrifice style deck. Play the Luris. Please play the Luris. Coward. Absolute coward. You're 2 mana. Yeah, I'm wiping the board. Shoot. 1, 2, 3. If I top deck a land, I can Kaya the Savior. She can kill me, is the thing. Do they have a protection spell? They don't. Get bent. Going to not attack. Next turn, again, hopefully I draw a land. That way I can Kaya minus on the Savior. Okay, this is definitely more tricky. Ruh-roh. This is nuts. Well, I am currently alive. My opponent is a very healthy 30. So I have to Rite of Oblivion this. Unless, of course, I'm able to get a land, Kaya, sack that, and then... Because, yeah, no, I need a land here. Ask and you shall receive. Let's go with a Kaya. Why would you ever tap like that? Do you see that? Did you see that? They want to tap all of my colored mana.
Glad to be here.
I have to hope that my opponent doesn't have a counterspell. All right. Oh, I'm still dead. Curses. I guess I should have Oath of Kaya'd their face. I can't. Yeah, I can't, unfortunately. I was hoping, I guess, that they were dumb. Moment of Cravings, absolutely. Thoughtseizes, absolutely. Maybe Sunset Revelries? Elite Spellbinder seems fine, honestly. Let's work from there, right? Inspector's not as good, to be honest. Let's see. Doom Foretold probably isn't going to be as good here, just because they can sack the enchantments. You might be saying, like, well, sacking the enchantments is good for you. The issue is that they'll be able to draw enchantments faster than I can deal with them, I think. I think I eat the Treacherous Blessings as well. Yeah, I think this is fine. We're just kind of maximizing our survivability, so that hopefully in the long game we'll be able to come out victorious. Really deep in the tank for this. Trying to figure out, like what do I want to do for stream this week? Obviously, we're going to play some Magic. But I want to diversify my stream content. But unfortunately, as soon as I try to play a different game, people leave. Which is sad. Very sad. Okay. Opponent took max time there. Or near max time, at least. I'll play first, thank you. This hand is fine. It's technically a little slow, but the fact that we go first is very important. Yeah, the plan is just to keep them off of as many things as possible. And we got Kaya, we got Oath, we got Judge. We have Judge, Judy, and Executioner. I would love to draw a 2-drop next turn. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll even take a Thoughtseize. It is a 2-drop. So I can use it to just murk my opponent's 2-drop creature here. Never mind. I guess I'm... None of these plays are good. I can hold up Infernal Grasp in order to potentially kill a SRAM or something. Yeah, that's the best decision. I hate it, but it is. I think technically it's the best decision. We could waste 3 mana here, but so yeah, instead of Infernal Grasp, I would have loved Moment of Craving there. Do not know why my opponent is waiting so long. Speaking of which, 25, 23. Yep, my opponent is taking longer. I'm just chilling. My opponent might not realize that they can activate a Danto. They could be having connection issues. Or they could just be roping me because I roped them. Even though I obviously didn't. Selfless Savior. Sure. I'm pretty sure the correct decision is to Infernal Grasp the Spirit Dancer, then Oath of Kaya the Spirit Dancer. I guess maybe I should just Infernal Grasp the Selfless Savior. That way if they choose to sacrifice it, I don't take the damage. Yeah, I think that's actually the better play. Or I don't lose the life, I should say. I have to assume my opponent is having connection issues. Which means I'm just going to play with my pet. Haha, I turned off your lantern. There you go, buddy. Okay. So I think we grasp the Savior. Come on, sack it. You know you want to. I'm doing this so that hopefully my opponent sees that I'm highlighting. And that they'll sack it. I don't know why my opponent is doing this, frankly. What? You know what? I have to. I have to hit him with the snore emote. Yes! Yes, you fool! I couldn't kill that this turn. Now I've lost no life. Then we consume the Spirit Dancer. Consume the Spirit Dancer. And play the Solemn. Yeah. Yes, I think that is correct. It also gives us a permanent, so that if we do end up drawing our... Right, there we are. I'll be able to sack it and finally deal with the Adanto. Elsewise, it's probably just going to be a Solemn here. Stop. That's very painful. This deck draws too many cards. Another Day of Judgment. Okay, not exactly what I needed, because this thing can become indestructible. We'll take that action. I will grab a Snow-Covered Plains. I have 3 of the 5 Wraths that I kept. Fly. You don't like to see it. You really don't like to see it. I guess I can exile Fly. Yeah, I think that's like all he can do is exile Fly there. Oh, they're going for this. Trying to hurt me the most. Makes sense, I suppose. Probably put Lurrus in hand. Yep. Guild Globe is worth playing since my plan was Orzhov Usurper anyway. We got land, which is nice, but it is not what I need.
Nothing phases me.
Just go to Fly there.
Sometimes burying them just isn't good enough.
Probably not gonna matter. The fact that it exiles is very helpful. And since we have Oath of Kaya out, if my opponent does decide to attack Kaya here, I will be able to get some value. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Selfless Savior come back. Yeah. I can just exile it, though. It's fine with me. That's fine with me. I will block here. Draw a card. Moment of Craving, very helpful. So, let's see. I can exile Selfless Savior, Moment of Craving, the Lurrus. Alternatively, I can exile the Curious Obsession. Then Moment of Craving the Adanto Vanguard. I think that might be what I have to do.
You better watch your back from here on out. You want those gone? I do.
What if I Wrath of God here? I guess maybe that's stupid, because I can just get it back next turn. I'm gonna cast Day of Judgment. They'll sack to protect Dolores. Then they will probably bring back the Vanguard, since it's very difficult for me to deal with. If they don't, they'll bring back the Savior, and I probably just get boned. Really needed more Rite of Oblivion this game. Let's see. What would be the best for me here? I mean, Sunset Revelry is not terrible. Interesting. They just go with the aggressive plan. Continue drawing some cards. Which of them do they rebuy? They do rebuy the Selfless Savior. They Hushbringer. I don't know if that matters. This is very helpful. Yeah, this is not so helpful. I think I still have the Wrath, though. Day of Judgment, whatever they protect, I exile, and then I have the ability to exile something next turn as well. My opponent does only have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I think this is the line. You Day of Judgment first, because whatever they make indestructible, you just exile it. Like if I attempted to exile this first, yeah, it just wouldn't be a good time. Target you. Sacrifice the Globe. We sacrifice the Globe here because Kaya can gain its life with Yorion, and that is potentially more impactful. Next turn, we can put Yorion into our hand. That's fantastic. So yes, I think we put Yorion into our hand. And I think I will lose 1 from Thoughtseize just because... Yeah, this is fantastic. Alright. We hopefully have rounded the corner. To draw 2 total cards here. I need to kill my opponent. I have to play this. Bring them back, draw another card, hit them for 3, gaining 3. Yeah, we should be in a decent spot here. Cool. Ooh, cool. Cool. Maybe I was too forward with taking out the... Oh, I didn't cut any of my Wraths. I'll cut a single Wrath. And I'll cut a single Spellbinder as well. Cool. Get 2 Doom Fortolds back in there. My evaluation of it was probably just wrong. Even if they're able to keep getting enchantments, the fact that they have to just yeet them every turn should be decent. Opponent is taking a mulligan. We keep this for sure. We got turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, perhaps. I don't love the prospect of losing life here, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We have an early Selfless Savior. Infernal Grasp, very helpful, he said sarcastically. Let's see what you have. We have Vanguard, Hushbringer, and Spirit Dancer. I mean, Vanguard is something that I just don't want to deal with at all. Next turn, do we play the Godless Shrine tapped? No, I think I hurt myself. Yeah, I think I hurt myself. And then probably Infernal Grasp, the Selfless Savior. And then next turn, probably Guild Globe. Land tapped. Fly. Freaking Selfless Savior, man. Now, this time they shouldn't sack it. There's no reason to do that. I have no other mana. There's zero reason to do that. They literally saved me 2 life. That doesn't look centered to me. Could be super wrong, but it does not look centered to me at all. SRAM, hello. Oath of Kaya to kill the SRAM. Seems decent. This, like, only hurts Yorion and Thingamajig. Alright, this is getting out of hand. Ow. Any removal, please. Any real removal, please. I would not like Moment of Craving in this specific situation. I will take a Wrath. I will shock myself in order to kill the Spirit Dancer. Make a treasure token, I think. Nope, they make a Gobbo. They play another Savior. Are you kidding me? Well, I have a blocker at least. You fool. You should have played your Hushbringer. Could have played Doom Foretold here. Maybe it would have been correct to play Doom Foretold there. Play Doom, they sack. Probably Fly is my guess. God, the Savior. I hate you. Find the ever-loving. Go to 6. I think I do that. Because this has to die. So, I essentially have to top deck a actual destruction spell here. Why do I have a voicemail? I don't. My phone didn't even ring, dude. What? They should make me lose life. Alright. I need a board wipe now, please. That's fine. I need a board wipe right now. Not a little bit ago. Right now. It's not a board wipe. So I can play Kaya, kill this, go up to 8, go down to 2. And then I'm still in the same position. Or I can play Guild Globe, It's essentially hope to hit a land, or removal for Core Spirit Dancer. Then I would go down to 2. Yeah. Either way, I'd be going down to 2. I'm going to make the riskier play. Alright. Alright. If my opponent has literally any enchantment, I am dead. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Man. Really wanted to win that one. Unfortunately, was unable to. Curses, curses, curses. Still, I think that the Yorion deck is very well positioned in terms of getting some new interesting cards. I'm honestly surprised that matchup was as difficult as it was. If I made any misplays, please let me know. I really am open to... Excuse me? I'm really open to hearing lines that I may not have seen, as long as they're, like, actually informative. Don't just be like, oh, you didn't do this at this, or wow, you messed up here. If you're like, oh, in this position, I don't know, position? I've been watching too much Gotham chess. But no, like, if you're like, hey, at this timestamp, you did this, but you could have done this, it would have done this, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that would be very helpful to me, honestly. I do want to continuously improve. And speaking of improvement, one of the best ways I'm able to continue to do that is by my patrons. I'd love to thank them for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the show, you'll find links in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, all will be one.